Everybody's like, oh, no, he ain't going live again tonight. He's going to put it up there and he's going to fucking change it. Yeah. That's what I know what all you people saying. I read your minds, motherfuckers. I read your mind. What's happening? What's going on, peoples? Huh? What's happening? We'll wait for some people to get in here, huh? It's cold out Florida tonight. Cold night. It's a cold night in Florida. What's up, people? People, what's up? What's happening? What's going on? I know everybody was saying, he ain't coming on. He's just stiff us again tonight. Right? What's up? How's everybody? Happy Halloween. Happy belated Halloween. What's up? Yeah, I was doing a little work on it tonight. I'm ready to take it down off the porch and next couple of days put the motor back on the frame. Motor came out good. Got a few more things I got to do to the motor. I'm gonna wait on a new starter. I'm gonna put a starter right here. The new starter's there. And then clean, chrome up the polish. Came out good. You like those shades? Yeah, they're nice. They fit me perfect, yeah. I'm very impressed with the paint job we did on the fender, though, man. How fucking nice and shiny that came out. My brother-in-law took the damn big light out here, man. I can't see where that shit. I did this myself. I've learned how to paint YouTube videos, and I fucking sand it and paint it. And tonight I cleared it. And now it's got a cure for that fender came out good. I'll be honest with you. This is the 5th time I'm redoing the gas tank. 5th time. I just didn't like the way it came out. I've never done it, so I'm not a professional. But I think when I get done with this job, I'll be professional. So I redid it this time. But this time I did it right. I you know what? What I was missing is I was being lazy. It's all in the prep work. You prep it right. I don't care if you use fucking $2 paint. You prep it right, the paint goes on right. You don't prep it right, and you leave. You just don't get all the rough stuff out, all the rough spots out. It's going to show in the paint, no matter how many coats. And that's what I kept doing. So I'm redoing the tank. I just started redoing the tank tonight. It came out nice. For no one that didn't paint, never done. I'm not a professional painter. I thought it was a very adequate job, but I didn't like it because I got to, if I don't like it, and I'm the one driving it, then no one else is gonna like it, right? So you gotta love it if people are gonna notice it. Because my other Harley, my Dyna was the purple. Harley purple. That was the color of the dyno in 2001, and it's just beautiful. So I did it. I think I did a real good job on the fender. What do you guys think? There's some imperfections in it. It's a little, but I got the back fender should be here Monday. The new whole light assembly for the back rear and the fender. I'm rewiring the whole bike. I've watched YouTube after every motorcycle Harley guy mechanic there was. Some of them are different, but some of them are very thorough. And he said everybody thinks the wire harness is hard. Where they mess up at is the grounds, and you don't need all that wiring. You only need it for 10 points on the bike. So, and my brother he's an electrician, so he's gonna, with his teaching, I'm gonna rewire this bike, everything, and everything starts from the ignition. That's every top mechanic that builds a Harley. That's what they said. Let me read that super chat. This is from where's my glasses? A blind son of a bitch, man. I just wanted to wish everybody happy Halloween, man. Know you guys didn't see me in a while. Brett Monkhouse, what's cracking? Thank you for the Australian $5, my friend. A good happy Halloween. Thank you, Mr. Brett Monkhouse. You're always a gentleman of a scholar. Appreciate you. It's cold. I'll tell you what, it's cold as a tits out here, man. I'm just getting healthy, man. I got my legs are working properly again. I got energy. I don't struggle. Remember how I used to get really out of breath? Like I was gonna die. I've cut that down by about 50%. You really don't eat a lot with that Zepbound shot once you start getting up to the higher doses, and it's want to see more faster results. But everybody that I run into, I haven't seen said, damn, you. And I mean, these pants fall down. They fall down. My pants are falling off. And I couldn't button these pants. So, so I'm definitely losing weight. So it's a slow process, but I'm doing it, man. I'm looking better. I'm feeling better. I feel like I got energy. I'm toning up. And I'm just being happy, Definitely happy that I made the right decision and not streaming regularly no more. So I will. I'm busy right now. I got a project I'm working on. I got a lot of projects. Plus, I'm in the midst of doing other things right now. I want to do the walk and talks. I will do them. I just can't commit to them right now. I can't commit to nothing steady right now. That's the problem. Because I got to finish this motorcycle. I got holidays coming up. I got Thanksgiving. I got the Christmas. Then they got the. I'm not staying here forever. I just extended it. We extended it for a couple months. I told you I've been working real hard on my credit history, paying off old bills and stuff that's on my credit report, and just utilizing the ratio debt to spending and just learning a lot of stuff that I probably should have learned 30 years ago. But I'm educating myself as much as I can because when I go, I want my wife to have something that she's gonna have with her, so she don't have to be worrying. So now's the time to do it. Never too late. So. But I'm definitely, God, man, my wife complimented me. She goes, you realize you haven't yelled in weeks? You haven't raised your voice. I don't even have a desire to fight, but argue. I'm naturally loud. I mean, people hear me. I told you that was a problem because I was growing up. I was always very naturally loud. But I guess I'm learning to control that. And I'm learning not to get as angry. Don't let things bother me as much. No sense of life's too short, man. Life's way too short. That's a fact. So, how's everybody doing, though? I hope everybody's having a good, everybody getting ready for the holidays. I got the Thanksgiving. And then you got Christmas, of course. And then I got my birthday coming up, my wife's birthday. All my kids' birthday. I got 3 of my kids' birthdays coming up. My brother's, my mother's. See, in November, I got 1, 2, 3 of my kids. My mother, my brother. December, me, my wife, and her 2 brothers. Got a lot of birthdays coming up. Anyhow, rock on, Joey. Be proud. It's a hog, and you're wrenching it with your own sweat. Yes, that's the satisfaction. I've learned. I always, like I said, I always wanted to have a Harley, and when I was able to buy the Dyna, I got it with very low miles. It did 16,000 miles when I bought the Dyna, and I drove it pretty good. I had it from September 2015 to last year. Was it 24? I sold it. Was down in prison, 21 to 22, came back, and it was, a lot of people did a lot of things to it. It was, it wasn't the same bike, and I lost interest trying to rebuild it back, and, because that bike never gave me trouble. So I wound up just getting rid of it. I had it for a good few years, and I got my money back out of it because it was a good bike. It never broke down. And I didn't think I was ever going to ride again. I just figured that with my illnesses and I was having, bad heart and getting weaker and weaker. But I said, no, I don't want to die, man. I want to drive again. I want to ride again. I really do. And thank God that someone in the family, they got another bike, and they said, listen, it's a project bike, but you're more than welcome to it. And I thought about it. And I took pictures the very first day, and I've been taking pictures as I've been progressing. And I don't know if anybody saw it the very first day. It was all rusted out. Look at it now, man. The frame's done. It's dusty right now. The fender. I got to finish the wheels. Those wheels were completely rust. It's been a lot of work. I've been working a few hours every day. The last week I haven't put as much as I did the first 2 weeks. But I got new seats. New. This is all new hardware here. They sent me the wrong side for the other side, so I just sent it back. He did receive it today, so he'll give me a refund so I can go buy it from another company. That's the clutch side. I got this is the throttle cable and return cable ready to go in when I put the motor in to hook up to the carburetor. I think I showed you guys the car. I put the lighting in. I put these in, and I start putting stuff back that could go on the bike. But the motor's going to go back on in a couple of days. But it's too heavy. We can't put it up here, and then we'll never get the bike down there. So we brought the motor up with just the frame, But now I got the wheels on there, so we could walk the bike down the stairs very carefully, 4 of us, stair by stair. And then the motor's going to go, we're strapping the motor like kind of like a pulley wrench thing. And it's on this dolly, and we're going to kind of make a ramp, and just 4 of us cut it down. And then I'm going to go to work on it at a garage to finish it. But as I go along, I see new things and new ideas. I make some changes. I'm not going with the original lights in the back the way it was in 1990. I'm upgrading to a more modern, but I'm leaving the front original. So like the headlight and that. I chromed it. I did a lot of chrome stuff that wasn't chromed. I hate people that paint chrome. People that put black over chrome, I hate. I salvaged a lot of stuff because it was rusted, but we just cleaned and cleaned and cleaned. I'm working on this now, the chain guard. That you guys saw it when I took it off. That's what it looks like now. But the inside that's what I got to get out of the inside. See? So that's what I've been doing. Just picked it up today, finished it today, and but I noticed it's got a little dent in it. So I got a dent. It's got a little dent in it right there. See, it's like I don't know if this is the original one. And you guys saw when I took it off, it had a lot of rust. So, just a lot of cleaning. Now I got to get all that out. So I got the bike pretty much rust-free and brought back to life what I could. Some things I couldn't save. But I don't know if you guys remember the engine cover. Remember how bad it was on the other side? You remember how bad it was? It was real bad. Remember, it was peeling really bad? And this is a very pricey part. This part right here. You remember how all this was peeling? Well, we're still not done with it, but I because I didn't want to leave the engine bare, I just threw the cover on so the gears don't get rusted, and that's where the clutch goes. Clutch goes there. But this was unsavable. We did it. We're getting it saved because they want $200 to $300 just for that piece, just for that cover. So it's 50% done. So now we got more wet sanding, more sanding, and then my brother-in-law used to work for a company. He did powder, powder chrome. When he worked with powder, he learned how to use the powders, and then you put it in the oven. He's going to teach me that. He said it cuts way much better than to take it and have it dipped at a chrome shop. But I salvaged as much chrome as I can. This is the manifold. This was fucking so rusted. I cleaned the manifold on the outside. I put it in. That's in now. This engine was clean inside, not a shaving in it. I'm going to tell you, this engine, the pistons were straight as hell. All the inside was oiled right, no shavings. I was very impressed for a 35-year-old bike how clean the engine was inside. And I mean, that's past the covers where all the oil crankcase and all that is. It was pretty impressive. I took the black, of course, engine heat paint, and I cleaned it, got all the grease out, all the rust out, and I just sprayed it with the black enamel and the chrome, the stuff that wasn't chrome. Now I got to polish this out. I'll polish this out. So I went out. I was at Salvation Army yesterday. And this is a shoe shine, for shoe shining shoes. But I made it as like a buffer. I can use it for the same thing, okay? So I put the stuff on there, and it works just as good. You know what I'm saying? Cost me $4. But the joy of it is putting your own sweat and doing something that's worth value. Which I've always enjoyed doing projects. When I was younger, my attention span was always not good. I get bored easy. But now I'm learning to appreciate life more because you ain't got a lot of life left, It goes by fast when you hit 60. So, Eco said the old man claims, I am staying till December 31st. I won't be here in 2026. Yes. I went ahead and told them I will rent month to month for October. Tomorrow's November. They agreed to let me stay in November, so I'll pay that rent. And then December, that's just to give me sufficient enough time for my plan, what I'm trying to do. If everything works out right, I won't have to rent again. I'll be putting all that rent that I would be wasted. Because let me tell you something. I pay $1,100 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment here. Everything in this area is $2,000 to $3,000. Houses are $3,000 to $4,000. They 5 times what it was since the pandemic. And I'm not going to pay someone $3,000 rent for them to pay their building off of me just rent. So I said, well, I got to work on my credit. I'm a first-time home buyer, so I qualify for all the HUD loans and all that stuff, and the low APR and the interest rates. And I take a class tomorrow, 8-hour class tomorrow with the City of Tampa homeowners class, 8 hours. Tomorrow I get the class tomorrow, so me and my wife, and they got a program in Tampa. They give, when you complete all the programs, they give the person the $50,000 towards their house they buy. Never have to pay it back unless you sell the house. If you sell the house, you have to pay the loan back. It's a loan that if you keep the house, if you die and you pass it to keep it to your wife or vice versa, you never have to pay it back. It's a program that Tampa offers. But if you sell it at any time, then you must pay the debt back to the city. That's a pretty nice, generous gift. All you gotta do is keep the house and keep it in the family, and you never have to. After 20 years, though, then you're good. So that's a program that I signed up for, and tomorrow's my first class, 8 hours of teaching us all about home ownership and all that shit, and the different things, and then first time buyer program. I've never physically bought a house, so I qualify for all that, and I'm just gonna do it right, man. So I figured if I'm gonna pay $2,000 rent, I might as well pay $2,000 mortgage, at least have property and something that'll be ours. You know what I'm saying? So, but who went trick or treating? Hello, Eco, my friend. How are you? I could do $2,000 a month mortgage if I had to with insurance. I could do that. I could do that without struggling. That's the highest. I mean, I could go more. I don't want to. I don't want to. 2,000 is my cap, and I told my wife. She says, "Well, we could do. I'm not renting. If I got a house, and I'm looking probably around about 175 to 225,000 home. That's about what I want. I don't want nothing big past that. 3% down. This program they help you with. They give you $50,000 towards it. Figure with your house insurance and all that shit. And now it's hard. Plus, this is Florida. A lot of these insurance companies won't give you hurricane insurance no more to do, unless you're grandfather. Very hard to get in hurricane insurance. So I don't want to be in an evacuate zone. I want to kind of be out a little bit off the city limits, kind of like in country a little bit, just to have a piece of land, $20 a time, that's a lot of work. Who said $20? I don't know what you're talking about, $20. I don't know what he's talking about, $20. But yeah, I mean, I'm just, I just look at it like this. I've got it. I just thought about it. I said, and my wife, she goes, you're right. I'm going to go rent something and just pay rent, and they're going to be paying their property off, and I'm just paying rent, and then get in a situation like this. If they sell the house and the new, it's just sick, man. But the new owners are nice people here, but they got a lot of problems. Apparently, which is good news for me, the old owners never. I hear people fighting. You guys hear that? Listen. If you listen carefully, you hear someone's over there in the parking lot fighting and screaming. I don't know if it's coming from the Triple X place or the, what's today, Friday night? Yeah, that place is open on Friday night. They usually have anyhow. When they built this addition, they listed it as commercial offices. They never listed it as residential property, rental property, because this is a commercial zone place. So by law, they've been illegally, all these years they've owned it, they've been renting this out to as apartments. And they're in big trouble with the city, boy, because the city's been trying to get them for, what do you understand, 15 years. But they could never get on the property because, they're politically tied, the people that used to own this. They know some heavy hitters. I know that, of course, the colonel, which is the father, his son and the group owned this. And the colonel is very heavily still politically tied to the White House. So, and even though he's an old man, but his son Jeff is big with the governor and big with Pam Bondi, and so he's got a lot of connections. So they got away with it. But so technically, they illegally rented me. I've been paying rent for 4 years, or since 2022. So it'll be 4 years in June. So 3.5 years. Technically, they've been renting a place they couldn't rent to people. It's supposed to be for office space. So Florida statute says I can go back and sue the previous owner, and there's a good chance that he has to. If I win, they'll have to compensate me all the rent I ever paid him. Which, because he's a prick, I think I'm going to take a shot and do it. So I don't know. There's a 50-50 chance you get it. It's just that it's bad. So, so the new owner, I feel bad for him. They're nice people. And he says, listen, you're stuck like us. We bought a mess, and you've been here renting, and we need the place empty. And the city came yesterday and said, you guys can't live here. Nobody can live in the top anymore. But we are not just going to put you on the street. They're condemning the upstairs here. They're totally condemning it. They have to fix it. They have to stay as commercial offices. If they don't want to do that, then they got to tear it down and just stay with the building, the strip mall. But because the city knows we've been here so long and it's holiday time, they work it out. I'm supposed to meet with them Tuesday with the new owners, fix your time, and that's why I said the time frame. We talked yesterday and today, and I said I'm not going to ask for 6 months. I could do it, but I don't want to because the new owner's like, oh, well, I hope you don't think we're going to just do it for 6 months because we need to. I don't even want 90 days. I said, if you give me the 61 days, that's what I said yesterday, I'll be ready to I'll be out of your hair and you guys can do. But so the city's got to make, his boss has got to make the final decision on Monday or Tuesday. And if it's a green light, then that's the plan. But but the new owners they got shafted big time, man. It's a bunch of half are from Venezuela, the other half is some from Colombia, Venezuela, and I don't know. I think the workers are Mexicans. I think, but they work hard, man. They come to work every day. They thought they could turn the whole front into a car lot, so they started putting the cars out there. They were going to repave the thing. They were putting, the flags out there. They had to set up the car lot. City shut them down, and they brought them up and fined them. It's not zoned for that. They can't have a car lot in front. So that idea went out the door. They originally rented the mechanic shop right here. That garage right there is 2 bays and the car lot, and they were using this for the car lot. But they were going to turn it into a real car lot front, and they got fined and shut down for that. So that was out the door. So now they decided to rent the whole back here to some dump company. See those big containers out there? There's trucks in and out of here all day morning, picking them up, delivering them, picking up people that are returning them. So they take them, they go wash and bring them, and they store them here. So the guy that has all these cars now, who got stuck for $2.5 million, the whole group, they got shafted really bad. So, and here's the best kicker. They got no rent coming in. They're just spending all this money. Nobody, except for my sister and I, which is not nothing, $2,200. They got a $20,000 a month mortgage. And their first payment bounced. And the old owner carried the mortgage. And I heard through the grapevine that they're brutal. They're going to let them spend all this money, fix it up on their dime, and if they get behind, they're going to take it back. That's how shafty they are. And I told the new owner, I said, they will do that. That's exactly what he's doing. So you better get caught. He goes, the city won't let me open nothing up. I go, you got to get permits. You guys can't do additions you can't add nothing without a permit. You have to pull permits. He told me that today. They did the whole, the outside, redid the outside, the front, to make the front look brand new. Windows, redid the cement. They put door in, and they run it one business out now. It's an event. It's going to be an event center. Lady on the corner she does events. You can rent that place for events. And they put a fancy sign out there. I should walk out there and show you guys. Matter of fact, I think I will. I'll show you the front. Should I take my baton in case I get jumped? Yeah, I'll take I don't know, but I really, a cop sees with this, he might say I can't have that. So I better not take it. So, but, and they just don't understand it. They cannot just keep doing this without the proper way. And that's the problem. Every time they do something, the city comes and goes, okay, you didn't get a permit for this. We're fining you for this, adding it to court, and you either get a permit or tear it down. So I go, you're not gaining nothing. You're losing. That's why they're losing. But I think they're understanding now because they've sent over a Spanish inspector, and he's been talking with them. I don't even like coming out here anymore at night. But it's cold, man. It's like 50 degrees out here. But oh yeah, see see the peep show, across the street, the Triple X place. Can you guys see that? See all the fucking perverts out there? That's where the fight was coming from. See? And then the idiots, the old owners pulled where we dump our garbage. The company came and took the dumpsters. So we got no dumpsters to dump the garbage. So I'm like, where do we put the garbage? I go, you're just getting rid of all the rodents. He goes, I guess I gotta get. I go, yeah, you gotta get a new one. So I think this is his first time. Look at, he's got cars out here with no doors on it. I said, this is a bad area, man. People are coming here going to steal all the parts. So I don't know. This is all the cars they got. That's their original office. And then they shut them down. Then the inspector told me today, when we were talking to him, is the property line stops right about here. The bank owns all this. It's in default with some bank. So he's telling them, technically you can't have these cars because you own for the property line from just past the building. There's the old restaurant. So all this we're walking, they think they own it. They don't. So they got schooled today about what their property line is. So that shut them down. So they're just, man, oh man. The new owner, he knew what he was doing. He fucking stuck it up their ass so much. And I really feel bad for it because they're good people. They really are. They just want to prosper and build and have things for their family. But I told him I would have never. You got to be 2.6 million for this. I don't see it. There's the beginning of the property. I just came out of the back gate. Food Town USA, the strip mall. Now they redid all this. The front, except they hadn't done this side yet, the restaurant. They did all that. That's the new people moving in, luxury event venue. That's the only one they rent it now. Probably getting probably $5,000 for that. But they had to move all the cars. I don't know what they're doing there, but they got that done to rent it, and all those corner offices are all done. Those the 2 apartments in the front are all brand new, but they can't rent them as apartments. They got to rent them as their business offices for like lawyers or whatever, upstairs. But they still got to redo all this. But they redid the whole face of the building. See, all new aluminum, painted it gray, doors, windows. They fixed that all up. That's all done. They haven't done this yet. This is the old restaurant. They still got shit. They probably got $1 million in repairs. So that you go there, that's going to be 3.6 million in this. And I don't know. You tell me. You tell me what you think your rents are. You think your rents are going to be how much? Do you think you get 20,000 in rents here a month? They said they used to get 8,000 for the restaurant. This was a really high volume. Back in the day, it was a real breakfast place that was open at 5 a.m, closed like 2 in the afternoon. The guy made big breakfasts. He had a good business. The pandemic shut it down, But see this neighborhood here, this street right here, that street out there, right there, that Broadway, which is 7th Avenue. 2 miles exactly. That was Ybor City. Now they're coming this way to rebuild all this. So this is all going to be all brand new. They're getting rid of everything. They're buying stuff up and they're redoing everything. So, but I can't believe in this. I went a couple blocks away, $2,500 for fucking some nasty ass house. They got me insane, man. I'll pitch a tent and live in my car if I give someone $2,500 rent. Just not doing it, So I just wanted to come on and say hello to everybody. Oh, I guess I got some. I can't even see. Let me see. Sorry. Let me see what I got here. I'm not sure what I'm seeing here. I read Brett's, right? Because I said I'm just looking to see if there was anything else here. Okay. But anyhow, it's late. And I just wanted to come on and, don't expect me to be on regularly. I'm not ready to come back at all, probably for a long time. Like I said, I got this project. I got to take care of my family. I'm enjoying getting myself healthy. Now that I'm seeing clearly, and I'm seeing results, and I'm starting to sleep better. I'm alert more. Still got a few medical problems, that you know, my blood pressure. I monitor it. Um, I got to put this thing on every 2 weeks in my arm. It comes out of this little round machine and it shoots at my arm. It's like a little round thing that goes on my arm, and then there's a monitor that monitors my glucose. It's been good. So I was a ham sandwich away from being a diabetic a year ago, and now I'm fixing that problem. So I just, I said to myself, what am I doing, man? I got a beautiful family, beautiful wife. Why am I just let myself go? So soon, I used to always be in shape, but I was younger. So I'm gonna get there. So I just want to live and be happy. So, and again, I had fun on YouTube with everybody. I met a lot of good people. I met a lot of difficult people. I wasn't the most fucking easiest person to get along with. I had a lot of arguments with people. But all in all, I wish everybody nothing but peace and prosper. And people have been saying really some nice things the last few days. They like my appearances on MLC. I enjoy going on. I do like stream with me, Dabbler. I mean, me and Rocco, we are good together. But I'll do those. But as far as regular streaming, I'm not ready. If I do, maybe the future. I don't know. We'll see. But I love you guys too, man. I really do. And I appreciate the ones that always stuck by me and gave me a hard time. And it took me a long time to understand what was reality and what wasn't reality. You guys know I put my heart in everything. And I guess I didn't take time to just enjoy it. But I tell you, I've had some good talks with Eco, and I consider him a friend. And I thank Eco Pineapple very much for the last couple of weeks for going to bat for me. And I'm even going to say, as much of a pain in the ass he was, he kept me on my toes, and that's Rochi. So I guess I can't fault the man for always staying on my ass. There's a lot of good guys that that I misjudged, but there's a lot of haters. You can't please everybody, but if you soul search and you say to yourself, "Come on, man, you just got to stop." And people think I didn't listen. I always heard everything people said to me, and I take good advice. Sometimes I don't take it right away, but I do listen and do care. So when people were giving me good ideas and good advice, a lot of people tried to get me, Rocco, how many times he tried me to do certain things, but I love Rocco for what he did. He kept me alive. Like I said, with the Carmex X thing, I did nothing but support that guy, man, and really, really liked him. And he just went wild on me for no reason. And, and now, I bit back, and he don't like it. So everybody's on his ass now from what I'm seeing. I haven't even watched Lou. I hope Lou's doing good. You guys see Lou, tell him I said hi. That's about it, man. I don't know when the next time I'll come on. Like I said, I won't be regularly, but I will. I do appreciate all the good people, and I appreciate the people that kept me on my toes. I'm grateful for, I do feel that I've hit my peak. I've got as far as I'm going to get on YouTube, but I still feel I did way better than I thought most people thought I would do, as far as what I was making and what I was doing. When we did a show, we had some, but Rochi's right. The walk and talk. Everybody leans toward the best show was the walk and talk, and it's going to be the walk and talk, but not yet. Just I can't commit to it yet. Like I said, I got other commitments that I got to stick to. That's my health. That's number one, and then getting my wife and me situated more permanently. It's time, and spend more time with my grandkids, and just live. I got my daughter coming home in 6 months. That's going to go by fast. So that's going to be a project by itself. So she's been 6 years away, and And 6 years to think about that she's beautiful and she's smart and she's got to know that she's got to change people, places, and things, and she can't go back to her old life. And as long as she does that, no matter what she did to me and Christina, my daughter, and I love her, and Christina, I can't ever thank a woman enough for what she did for my daughter. My daughter was going away for 30 to life when she did what she did to her, Christina. And my wife, at the time wasn't my wife, she told the state, I don't want her to go to prison. I love her. She's my stepdaughter, but I don't consider her my daughter. And I just could never, ever thank my wife enough for sparing my daughter life in prison. She's been in there 6.5 years, and it's been very hard for her being deaf. And she's got serious charges. So if she gets in any type of trouble or she hurts somebody, she's going to get more time. And with her anger issue, I'm proud of her. She's been seeing psychiatrists in prison, and they got her on the right medication, and she's talking really good for her future. And I told her, if you stick to the plan, we'll make it happen. But I don't talk to nobody from my past. We don't associate with anybody back in our drug days. I just can't. It's a trigger, and she's got to understand that. And she does, because she does counseling inside the prison, and she does all that drug counseling and stuff. And so she knows that she wants to get her education back. And so, like I said, it's my child, and I'm just grateful that my wife did what she did, because my daughter, I would probably never see her again. She would have spent the rest of her life rotting that place. But it's no place for anybody to go. Even the worst of the worst, unless you hurt children and women, and you just outright are just broken. Those are the people that deserve to be there. There's a lot of good people that are locked away because they have a problem, because they became addicts, and most of the people in prison are because of becoming an addict. Doctors got them strung out, and then they took them off, and then But there are a lot of bad people in prison that deserve to be there, but not everybody does. If you guys want to jump on board to help me campaign, January I take off going to get signatures. I'll be putting a schedule up in the 5 states I'm going to start out with. Of course, Florida, we go hard here for 5-6 straight months, getting signatures and hitting the streets and trying to get on the ballot. And I need volunteers in every state. If you're willing to help, willing to get signatures, reach out, and we'll have someone reach out to you. Eventually, if we make one state, we're going to take it even more serious. So then we'll have a campaign manager, and they'll reach out, and it's all volunteer on volunteer basis to be part of the campaign. But as anybody that's ever worked a political campaign, it could come out good for people if someone wins and gets in office, because could be a political job for the people. That's why most people do it. They support and they do the volunteer work. So hopefully someday they get into the politics by getting a good job. So I know that anybody that gets me elected, my team, I'm going to take care of. So if I don't see major results in 18 months, I'm gonna pull myself out. But I have to give it a try. There's something about me I can't give up. I'm gonna do it, and the way it's not easy. I just had to do my quarterly report, and I haven't. There's $35 in campaigns as well. I take it in. That's because of the goofy guys at the Dabbleverse, but I'm not even done that yet. So you still got to do a report. So I did all that. I got that in yesterday. And they tell you, you got to follow the rules. It's your responsibility. So it's a lot of mambo jumbo shit I don't understand, man. So it's a lot of legal shit that you got to follow. So I'm trying to do everything by the letter of the law, because one mistake. But it does amaze me. A felon could run for president, Senate, and the Congress, but he can't run for governor or mayor. Isn't it odd? It's just odd, man, because they made it, land of the free United States, 3 basic things that you had to have to run. And they actually had a president that ran from prison and got a lot of votes back in the 1920s, I think it was, maybe before. He was running for president from jail. He did his campaign from jail. So, but I just want to tell everybody that, no, but your father swallows, I heard, Mark. I heard that. So you might want to talk with your dad tonight. Okay? Well, me and Christina's made a lot of mistakes, old dude. And I very much thank you for that compliment. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, but one thing I could say, we've always had heart goals, and we've always tried to help as many people we can. And you know, the facts are facts. I am a convicted liar. I mean, that's just life. That's fact. But I'm not a scumbag. I'm not. I have morals, and I'm very family orientated. And I was always with my children, and tried to be the best dad I can. By means, it was difficult from time, but I just Italians love their kids, and they live and die for their kids. So, and I tried to be a better father than what I had, and I think I accomplished that much. And hopefully, my sons will be better fathers than I was. I mean, I struggled, but I never was afraid to work. I did whatever it took. But I appreciate that. Christina is a heart of gold. That woman she's changed my whole way of thinking. When I got with her, I had such a cold heart and hated everybody. And she says, no, you can't hate. You got to get the hate out of you. She worked on me for the last 10 years. And she's finally molded me. She says, I just can't believe how the last hurdle you made it through. You don't argue, you're not defensive. If it's a stupid argument leading to it, I just give it up. You're right, honey. And I feel so much better. You're right, honey, sweetheart. You're right. I'm wrong. You're right. And our day just goes great. And just the fact that I'm willing to just let stupid shit go is a big accomplishment. Will you pardon Lou? Bad teeth? If I'm allowed to, I will definitely pardon Lou for his bad teeth. Like I said, I had a lot of fun on YouTube, and a lot of people messed with me, came at me, but I wanted tonight to thank Eco Pineapple. I really did. And rock on, Eco. Rochi, I'm not mad. I don't hate you, buddy. But I just wish you would just a little bit before you say something stupid, just make it more factual, please. I know that you're my nemesis, and I don't know how much Rocco paid you all these years to fucking stay on my ass, but you're all right, man. And Bass Bill too. I've been around with a lot of people, man. So, but I will do B Dabbler if he asks me to come on, and I will do Brennan if he asks me to come on. And like I said, I won't have no regular streams. But I want to thank everybody and just tell you guys that I'm alive. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing the right way. And I always try to do things right, and I've always, was clouded by bad choices. I never passed the buck on anybody or blamed anybody for my choices. I've always been a man when it comes to that. I fucked up my life. Nobody did. I fucked it up. I made the bad choices. I've corrected them. I've been accountable. One thing I will be, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, I paid my price. I paid very dearly for a lot of things, for my mistakes. So, and now I'm ready to go into my last phase of my life of being a senior citizen and being an old man and being a grandpa and a great-grandfather, hopefully someday, that I live long enough with a beautiful wife who gives me the best loving in the world. And it's back. It really is. I got my thing back. It works very well. Just want everybody to know that. So, I mean, real well. So, yeah, it was a Oscar night for me last night. I'll tell you that right now. Deep into the morning. So, I wore it out. So, and boy, I felt like I was 20. And I'm not ashamed to say that. But I love you guys. Thank you for everything, man. The client host, rock on, man. Scooney, rock on, man. All you guys, thank you for everything, man. I appreciate it. Let me just double check here. Make sure that I didn't miss nothing. But Eco and Rochi, rock on, man. That's all I can say. So we got the Brent Mug House. Thank you. All right, people. Peace out. Love you guys. And thank you for being here, okay? I mean that very much. And if you want to volunteer in helping me get to the next level, just reach out to me. My page is staying up. I'll probably throw some goofy shorts up. I'll come on once in a while live. I'm not gonna have nothing set. But I learned a lot of stuff from different people that really taught me some life lessons that I'm glad I learned, and some good competitors, that were, that were really good at what they do. So All right, people. Joey C. And there's only one Joey C. And Carmex, you couldn't wear my fucking shoes. Remember that. Okay? You can't. Remember that. Good night. And I want everybody to know, Joey C. Wait a second, how do I do this? Wait a second, I did something wrong here. Joey C out. Night. Love you guys.